How do we classify a triangle according to its sides and its angles? So here's the first example that we'll be doing in this video. We have a triangle here and we know all of its sides and all of its angles. So there's going to be one separate classification for its sides and then another one for its angles. So we're going to have two different names for this triangle. So let's start with the classifications for sides. So there's three different ones. The first one is equilateral. A triangle is equilateral if all three sides are the same length. The second type is isosceles. Isosceles. Yeah. An isosceles triangle has two sides of the same length, but then the third one is a different length. And then finally, we have scalene, which basically means that none of the sides are the same length. They're all different. So which one applies to our triangle here? Well, it looks to me like there are two sides of the same length. There's a 5 here, and there's another 5 here. But this 3 is not the same as the 5s. So there are two equal sides, which means this triangle is isosceles. Now, what about the angles? We have three different classifications for that as well. The first one is acute. And that basically just means that none of the angles are above 90 degrees or equal to 90 degrees. They're all less than 90. Then we have a right triangle, which means that the triangle has a right angle of 90 degrees. So if one of the angles is exactly 90, it's a right angle. And then the final one is obtuse, which means that one of the angles is above 90 degrees. So if one of them was like 120, for example, that would be an obtuse triangle. So which one is this triangle right here? Well, all of these angles are less than 90 degrees, which means that this is an acute triangle. So to classify this triangle, we would say it is an isosceles acute triangle. And there you go. This is our final classification. All right, here's our second example. Here we have a different triangle, and let's go ahead and classify this by sides and angles. So first sides, we have a 10, a 14, and a 20. Well, all three of them are different lengths, which means that this is a scalene triangle, because equilateral would mean all three of them are the same, and isosceles would mean that there's at least a pair that's the same, but that doesn't exist here, so it's scalene. Now, what about for the angles? Remember that for this, we're trying to tell if one of the angles is 90 degrees or higher than 90 degrees. But there is one little problem here. We can obviously see that this angle and this angle, neither of these are above 90, but this one isn't even labeled. So how do we know how many degrees this is? Well, just by looking at it, you might be able to tell that it's probably going to be above 90 degrees because a 90-degree angle is kind of like an L shape. It's like a perfect box. And it's a little bit bigger, so it's probably going to be obtuse. But we always want to make sure, so let's go ahead and do the math. Remember that triangles always add up to 180 degrees. So let's find out how many degrees are left for this angle. The total is 180, but this angle is taking up 41, and this angle is taking up 28. So let's go ahead and subtract these two numbers out and then see how much is left for our third angle. So 180 minus 41 is 139. And then 139 minus 28 is 111. So this angle right here is 111 degrees, and that is greater than 90. And as long as you have one angle that's greater than 90 degrees, it is an obtuse triangle. So our final classification is that this is a scalene obtuse triangle. All right, here's another example, and this time we have even more missing information. So let's go ahead and figure out that missing information so we can figure out the classification. So it looks like we're missing a side and we're missing an angle. So I'm going to do the angle first because that's what we just did before. So we know that the angles of a triangle have to add up to 180 degrees. And this angle is taking up 53, and this angle is taking up 37. So let's find out how much is left for our third angle. 180 minus 53, if you put that in your calculator, you should get 127. And then 127 minus 37 is 90, which means that this angle here is 90 degrees. So what does that tell us about what type of triangle it is? Well, it looks like that it's a right triangle because a right triangle has one angle that's exactly 90 degrees. So now we know it's a right triangle, but now we need to figure out the side classification. And we can only do that if we find out this missing side here. Like how long is this side? Well, if you wanted to figure out the missing side length of any triangle, you would have to use some trigonometry, and that's something you'll learn in the future. But actually, we can do this without fancy trigonometry because it is a right angle. Whenever you have a missing side of a right triangle, you can use something called the Pythagorean theorem, which is a squared plus b squared equals c squared. So let's go ahead and use the Pythagorean theorem to figure out our missing side. So a and b can be whatever side you want, but c has to be the longest side. It has to be the hypotenuse. And you can tell that this is going to be the longest side because it's always opposite of the 90-degree angle. So c is going to be 10, and we'll just say that a is 6 and b is our missing amount. So let's plug in what we know into this formula. So because we know that a is equal to 6, we're going to replace a with 6. We're going to leave b exactly the same because we don't know what that is yet. And then c we know is 10. So we're going to replace c with 10. Now let's go ahead and simplify this as much as we can. So 6 squared means multiplying 6 by itself. 6 times 6 is 36. And then b squared, we can't do anything with that because that's just a letter. So we're going to leave that as b squared. And then 10 squared is 10 times 10, which is 100. So now our goal is to get, well, normally it's x in algebra, but at this time we're trying to get b by itself. So let's go ahead and try to get the 36 out of the way first. To get rid of the 36, I'm going to subtract 36 from both sides. So these cancel out. On the left side, we just have b squared. And on the right, we have 100 minus 36, which is 64. So now the only thing that's stopping us from getting b by itself is this squared symbol. So I'm going to do the opposite of squaring, which is square rooting. Now the square root and the square cancel. And I'll go ahead and write this over here. On the left side, we just have b. And on the right side, we have the square root of 64. What number do you have to multiply twice to get 64? Well, 8 times 8 is 64. So the square root of 64 is 8. And technically, we're plus or minus square rooting, so it's plus or minus 8. But a side is not going to be negative 8 long. So we're just going to use the positive answer. So there we go. We have found out that this side is equal to 8. That is the length of this bottom side right here. So now that we know that information, what type of triangle is it according to its sides? Well, it looks like we don't have any sides that share a length. These are 3 different lengths of sides, which means that our triangle has to be scalene. So there you go. We've found out that this triangle is a scalene right triangle. So now you know how to classify triangles according to its sides and angles. And in this video, we also talked about finding missing angle measures and missing side measures. But what do you do if there are angles on the outside of the triangle? Well, those are called exterior angles. And if you want to learn how to solve for those, then you can watch this video right here. And as always, if you have any questions about this video, go ahead and leave it in the comments and I'll be sure to answer your question. Thanks for watching.